If there were a single sound that defines America, it wouldn't be an eagle or baseball, but the roar of a V8. From California garages to Tennessee drag strips, an engine has always been more than metal. It's a symbol of strength, ingenuity, and freedom. Today we'll look at 6 engines that went down in history as the best American engines of all time. Some powered the fastest cars, others survived for decades in family pickups. Each of them has a story worth hearing. Chevrolet Small Block V8. If one engine could define American car culture, it would be the Chevrolet Small Block V8. Introduced in 1955, it wasn't just an engine, it was a revolution. Designed by engineer Ed Cole, the idea was simple: build a compact, light, and affordable V8 that made real power. When it debuted in the 1955 Chevy Bel Air, the 265 cubic inch V8 transformed family cars into performance machines. It made 162 horsepower, not much by today's standards, but enough to change history. Through the 1960s and 70s, the small block became the beating heart of America's most iconic cars: the Camaro Z/28, Chevelle SS, and Corvette Stingray. It was simple, durable, and easy to work on. Racers loved it, mechanics respected it, and enthusiasts adored its unmistakable rumble. Over the years, its displacement grew from 283 to 350 cubic inches, and it powered everything from drag racers to farm trucks. By the 1980s, the small block had become a symbol of reliability. Millions of them were on the road, and many still are today. In 1997, Chevy reimagined the small block with the LS series, a modern take on a classic. The LS1 used aluminum heads, fuel injection, and computer control to produce over 350 horsepower right from the factory. It was light, strong, and so versatile that LS swap became a global phenomenon. People put them into anything from Miatas to Ferraris. Then came the new LT engines, cleaner, smarter, and even more powerful, proving that the small block spirit is still alive today. Chrysler 426 HEMI The Elephant. 1964. A monster appears on the scene. The Chrysler 426 HEMI, an engine so extreme that NASCAR had to ban it. Hemi means hemispherical, a combustion chamber shaped like a dome. This design allows better airflow and higher burn efficiency. The result is massive performance and effectiveness. 426 cubic inches, approximately 7.0 liters. Factory versions delivered around 425 horsepower, but race builds reached 800 to 1000 horsepower in drag racing. It powered legends like the Dodge Charger Daytona, Plymouth Superbird, and Barracuda. On NASCAR tracks, it gained such an advantage that Ford and Chevy pushed for its ban. Nicknamed the Elephant due to its size and weight, well over 400 kilograms, approximately 900 pounds. After the NASCAR ban, it became a drag racing icon. Hemi blocks still sit behind speed records today. Ford Flathead V8.
Hi.
1932. Henry Ford unveils something that changes the automotive world: the Ford Flathead 5.8. It was the first affordable V8 for ordinary people. Before that, V8s were reserved for luxury cars. Suddenly you could buy one in a regular Ford for a few $100s. 65 horsepower in 1932 sounded like a dream. Most importantly, it was simple, cheap, and dependable. Side valve design. Flathead, valves in the block instead of the head. Less efficient than OHV engines, but revolutionary for its time. Its compact layout let you build light cars with V8 punch. It powered both police cars and outlaws. Bonnie and Clyde ran a Flathead. After the war, it became the heart of hot rod culture. Young Americans ported, bored, and breathed new life into it. It lived in icons like the Deuce Coupe and 49 Mercury. Without the Flathead, there'd be no hot rods or muscle culture. It was the engine that jump-started the American dream of speed. Oldsmobile Rocket V8. When the Oldsmobile Rocket V8 arrived in 1949, nobody knew it would start a new era. It was the first American V8 with an overhead valve train. Valves in the cylinder head. Suddenly, higher RPM and more power with lower fuel consumption were on the table. 5.0 liters, 135 horsepower in 1949, incredible for its day. Paired with the Hydra-Matic transmission, it made Oldsmobile the fastest production car in America. The slogan, "Make a date with the Rocket 88" was so famous it inspired one of the first rock and roll songs. This engine laid the groundwork for a new generation of V8s at Cadillac and Buick. In the 50s, it became a drag racer favorite, light, strong, and reliable. The Rocket was the engine that woke America up after the war. It proved technology could be sexy. It was the start of the muscle era, before we even called them muscle cars. Cadillac V16. Imagine America in 1930. The Great Depression wrecks markets, people are losing jobs, and in the middle of it, Cadillac brings something from another world, the V16. It was an engineering marvel. 16 cylinders in 2 banks of 8. Each bank had its own exhaust, meticulous fueling, silky balance. The result? The smoothest running engine any car had offered. Displacement 7.4 liters, about 175 horsepower for 1930. But outright power wasn't the goal. The goal was absolute luxury. In a Cadillac 516, the ride was so quiet you could hear a watch ticking. Every engine was hand-built, taking weeks to assemble. Aluminum heads and cast-iron block, high-tech for the 1930s. Cadillac offered 70-plus body styles on the V16 chassis. Owners included President Roosevelt, Clark Gable, and Al Capone. After World War II, the world no longer needed such an engine, but the idea of silence and refinement, what the V16 achieved, influenced every Cadillac V8 that followed. It symbolized an era when luxury was measured not by screens, but by cylinders. Jeep, AMC 4.0 liter inline 6. Not every legendary American engine needs 8 cylinders. Some earned fame in mud, not on racetracks. And none proves that better than the Jeep 4.0 liter inline 6, known simply as the AMC 6. In 1986, while others downsized, Jeep launched what sounded like a relic, a big 4.0 liter straight 6. Cast iron block, stout crank, and a simple layout that could take anything. Around 190 horsepower and 305 Newton meters of torque, available from roughly 2,000 revolutions per minute. Commonly ran 300,000 to 500,000 kilometers without a rebuild. Used in Cherokee XJ, Wrangler YJ/TJ, Grand Cherokee ZJ, known to keep running with half the coolant and mud in the block. Off-roaders still call it the Immortal 6. Documented cases of 1 million kilometers on original pistons. After 2006, derivatives remained in military-industrial use. The 4.0 inline 6 wasn't sexy, it wasn't fast, but it was indestructible. 6 engines, 6 eras, 6 different definitions of perfection. These engines are chapters of one book, a book about passion, freedom, and a sound that never gets old. Because, as old mechanics say, everything changes, only a good engine always sounds the same. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which engine is your favorite.